Welcome once again. I believe I have a lot of time. That's why I'm doing more videos. So yeah, we are on the first one, first category, which is web exploitation. As I said already, it's actually web exploitation. We are exploiting the website. We are finding the vulnerabilities of the website. So after finding the vulnerabilities, we are actually using them against the website itself, the web application itself. So according to my notes, web exploitation deals with attacks against web application, websites, APIs, login systems, dashboards, and any device operating over HTTP. The reason why I think in the past video I was saying that HTTP request or response, because any service that is running over HTTP has a request and has a response. A client is actually sending a request to the server, and the server has to respond. The same way you do like search. Maybe you are searching. Maybe you are on Google. You are searching New York. It doesn't just work like some magical things. You are sending a request. I think using get put delete. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You are literally using those headers. So I think sorry. So I don't know. So okay, it's okay. And I'm not starting this video again, please. So it's a matter of everything that is running on an HTTP. We are expecting it, to have request and response, because it's all about the client side and the server side, and they're actually talking to each other. So it's always a request and response. If you are searching for something New York, a server has to know, and you use the HTTP methods, which are is it get, post, put. These are the HTTP methods, and delete itself. So we are just telling the server, can you please give me this thing? Then the server will respond, and on top of responding, it's not actually, it just sends the data you are requesting. It also attach a cookie on it. Of course, we'll talk that later. Maybe so we'll even never talk about it. It's important for you just to search on your own. So a request has its structure, and a response has also its structure. Mnemonical response, despite your thing being written in that, but there is also some things which are also like in the request. Maybe New York. Sigurangopita as New York. No, Agupita with the the name, or the machine you are using, the operating system you are using, the browser. Not kungona kuti New York, because ukangona kuti New York, a server has to know kuti akwanga request ichi ndi ndani, and tikamabweza chikubwerera kwa ndani, with I think a public IP as well, because upezeka kuti wasecha New York iweyo, wasecha ndiweyo, result kumbweresera wina wake. So a server has to know kuti who is making this request, and it's also attached with I think a hook as well. So so exchange is all the same thing. Okay, anaseja isizindwa kuti, because obviously panopa ndi wina kuseja New York, wina kuseja cyber security, like everyone is searching on Google, but a server now is confused. So the only way to not get confused as a server, you just have to be knowing who is sending. Kufuna jindani, okay, ndimpase we, kufuna jakuti, then I'll give the person, so on. Every web application accepts input, forms, URL parameters, cookies, and headers are all ways users send data to the server. Developers assume users behave normally. Attackers test what happens when they do not. I don't know if you are getting the point, but Let me just start by reading it again. Developers assumes users behave normally, meaning to say, as maybe I'm creating a website, I'll be like, yeah, muntu maybe akufuna kuloga, then obvious aika email, then a password. So as simple as that. But many attackers test what happens when they do not. Meaning to say, I can, after seeing like the impulse of maybe username and password, I can be thinking of attacking the website using those, like using the cross-site scripting. So I can inject some maybe malicious JavaScript into the code itself using the impulse. So yeah, those are the things. And in capture the flag, you are actually, I think you are always an attack. You'll be thinking in an attacking way. But the age of maybe having the mentality of defense, it comes by that. Okay, if I've managed to hack this website using this, meaning to say, next time if I'm given an opportunity to develop a website, maybe for a certain organization, I just have to follow like security rules. Maybe kupanga protect my inputs, kuta sama lole, like the special characters, something like that. Protect my inputs than kuti pa username muntu atha kupanga paste iliyonse mpaka uteka. No, that's not the way to go. You can actually protect the front end, but mostly you just have to focus on the back end. I think most of times and when I maybe Saka and the back end, they just do exactly like front end with database. So it's dangerous. You just have to have a back end or a server which is also protecting the inputs, meaning to say you can use maybe the models in your server, like the models in the controller. You can mention like, okay, it's only this type of data my server is accepting, like that's it. If you allowed it like only numbers, then it's only numbers. Someone can't inject it, like someone can't code in numbers anyways. Unless you can code in binary though. So yeah, it's just part of the job. So the core principle is simple. User input must never be trusted. That's the fact. User inputs must not be trusted. That's so dangerous. If a login form asks for credentials, what happens when special characters are injected? I think that's the same thing I was talking about. If a URL contains an ID number, what happens when it is modified? I think this first thing I've already talked about it, but the second one, if an URL contains an ID number, what happens if you modified it? If you modified, I think I can just give an example because I can't explain it in a way that you can understand. Let's say there is website which needs you to log in, maybe like netflix.com. Then there's a page you are in, which is actually maybe the page itself is maybe my profile. My profile is a page called my profile, meaning to say for you to access this page, it's only the ones who are logged in, maybe /ID ? Something like this is equal to maybe 101. Okay, you are in a page of my profile and your ID is 101, meaning to say you already did the login. You don't need to log in again. You have the cookie, you have like everything has been set. They is saying could maybe an ID the year maybe is only this one standing case. What if, ignore this part, the name, what if I can just, since I'm logged in already, what if I can just change like this, meaning to say the page itself, it will just refresh and in the location of muntu ID not necessarily alien, not necessarily standing case on himself, maybe Andy Gaga, maybe with Joe, is it Joe Buj,